Hello, welcome to Nera Studio for another After Effects and Premiere Pro tutorial. In this tutorial, this is what we're gonna be creating. We're gonna be breaking in two parts. First, in After Effects, how to create a motion template, and then we're gonna jump into Premiere and then create this glass transition effect in Premiere. So let me play with music and see how it looks like. As you see, this is what we're going to be creating. Let me show you another project that I create with colors, so you can create this one as well. As soon as you jump into Premiere, you will have the option to have this in color, the bars you see. So this is what I create in Premiere, in this tutorial, what we're going to be showing today. And then we will jump into Premiere. Let me close this and let me also minimize this one. Go to my After Effects. As I say, this is the latest version. In order to create this, you need to have this. Let me go, and I already have my compositions 1920 by 1080, 30 frames per second, and 10 seconds long. Let me go and pick the rectangle shape tool. Let me just sort of drag it in here, and also make sure the title action safe is on, and go and pick this white color. You can choose any color you like. And let me go and make sure, drop this down and go to rectangle path, and we're gonna unlink this size, and we're gonna go maybe 200 by 1080. Let me go 1080, make sure 1080, and let me go and select this, and then we're gonna align this to center. Make sure the selection tool is selected and go align, and let me go align to center. And also we need to have the anchor point in the center. Hit the Y on the keyboard, holding down Command just to have in the center, you see? Then what we're gonna do is go maybe in here, and let me drop this down again and delete the stroke. We don't need the stroke really. Let me delete and let me close this. And what we're gonna do is duplicate this 2 more times, holding down Command D on the keyboard. 1, 2, and this is what we have. This one we're gonna move to this side. So let me go in here, go rectangle path, and we're gonna move this to the left right there. And this one, the number 3, we need to move to the left outside of the screen. So let me go drop this down and let me move to the left, holding on Shift, and then there we have. And then what we're gonna do is add a keyframe position, of course, add a keyframe, go 2 seconds long. And then we need to move this, first this we need to move to the center. Let me just hold it down Shift, move to the center, right there. And this we need to move where we had the shape we just moved to the center, right there. And this is what we really have. So let me select all of them, the keyframes, and hit F9, or you can go right click, keyframe assistant, easy. And let me go and, make sure we have this in the graphic editor, edit speed graphic, and let me just smooth out the animation, and this is what we have. Let me play and see. My computer is running a little bit slow anyway, so let me go and play with the with the size. So let me go make sure I have on 1 second, and we need to go and add a keyframe in here, and we can go and this one as well. Keyframe. Okay, so make sure uncheck this because we don't need this. Oh, come on. Make sure deselect, or otherwise you will be adding a keyframe and the roundness too. Anyway, so once we have this, we need to go at the 0, and we need to save this. We need to start this size 0, and then this one 0 as well, and then go to 1 second, and we'll go up to 200 the size, and then go to 2 seconds. And let me go back to 0, the size, of course. And this is what you will have, you see. Now we need to go and animate, smooth this animation as well. So hit F9, go in here. We need to just move this side. We can start fast and then slow. So we're gonna do the same with this down here. We're gonna hit F9, go to my graphic editor and let me do the same, you know. Let me go back and see what we have. This is what we really have. Okay, once we have this, we need to go and close this, and we need to remember we didn't animate this, so we're gonna duplicate one more time. Just duplicate, and we're gonna go and say, you know what, we're gonna do this one. Remember, we got this in the center, so we're gonna animate this to here maybe. So let me go and drop this down, go right here, you know, the position. So let me go at a keyframe at position, go 2 seconds long, and you know, just move to where we had the first shape we animate. So let me move, holding down, you know, maybe right there. Perfect. And then we need to go select F9 again and go in here, you know, and smooth the animation the same. So we're gonna go in here, we're gonna play with the opacity, I mean with the size as well. So make sure to deselect it, otherwise, you know, it's kind of like really headache. So you must be sure it's deselected. So we can go and maybe right here we need 0 size, go 1 second long. You see it down up here is 1 second. So we need to go 200, and we need to go at the beginning and go back to 0. So start 0 and then go 200 and then goes back to 0. You see, nice. This is what we really have. So we're gonna do the same with the right side, I'm sorry, in this case. So let me go and duplicate this one more time, holding down Command D, and make sure select it, and we're gonna just go drop this down, rectangle, and we're gonna move this, you know, to the right. So maybe right there. Let me animate this. So let me go in here, add a keyframe, go 2 seconds long, and we're gonna move this to the center. Remember, we moved this to the center as well. So let me go this from the right to left to the center in this case. So let me just, we already add a keyframe, going 2 seconds. Let me just animate to the center. And let me go and, you know, do the same with the, let me make sure deselect it and go and add a keyframe in here, add a 0 size, go 1 second long, and go 200 in here, and go at the beginning and go back to 0 size, you know. And also we need to, you know, make sure select all of them, hit F9. We're gonna play it first with those the position. We're gonna go you know, to the graphic editor, and let me just smooth out the animation, and let me select those. And the same thing, we need to go and say just this one, just start fast and then slow. So let me go and see what we really have. This is what we have. So we need to duplicate and do the same that we did at the left side. So let me go close this, and we need to duplicate one more time, hold it down Command D, duplicate, make sure selected, go rectangle path, and we're gonna move this out of the, you know, the screen, remember. And then what we're gonna go is at the beginning, add a, you know, keyframe, go 2 seconds long, and we're gonna go and move where we had the other shape was right here, right? So let me just move down, I mean in this case, move right there. Okay, and the same thing, we might need to smooth out, or I mean easy ease, then go in here and smooth out. Let me go back, and we're gonna go make sure deselected, and we're gonna go and maybe do the same with the size. Remember, we go 0 and 1 second, must be in 200. Remember the size that we had the shape, of course, in this case. And let me go, and this one 0. So this is what we really have. And then what else we need to do, make sure is, let me go and select all of them, F9 to easy ease, and then maybe just easy out, you know. And let me go, and what we're gonna do is, you know, maybe duplicate one more time. I guess this one, this is what we have in the center right now. So let me just duplicate one more time. So let me go in here, rectangle path and position. So you see we might need to animate this from the center to this side, remember. So let me go the same we did on the left side. So let me go add a keyframe, and go 2 seconds long and move, you know, just right there. Okay, and just the same, hit F9 to easy, go in here, you know, smooth the animation, go back and do the same with the, make sure so deselected, add a keyframe in here. We're gonna go and say 0 size, go 1 second long, remember you see 1 second long, and we're gonna say 200 in here, and we're gonna go back to the beginning about the 0 frame, and we're gonna say 0 because we need to start at 0, then go 200, then goes back to 0, remember. So let me just select the keyframes, F9, and go in here, and the same, we're gonna smooth the animation, you know. Okay, going back, let me close, actually let me play and see what we have. This is what we really have. Nice, that's really what we're looking for. Okay, now what we're gonna do is, you know, make sure have right there, maybe put the cursor 1 second, 11 frames in this case. So what we're gonna do in here is maybe we need to, what we can actually, you know what, remember this one, I think it was this number 2. In this case, we're gonna duplicate this, remember, duplicate, hold it on Command D, and we're gonna go down here, drop this down in this case, and we're gonna go where it says transform, and we're gonna move this one maybe right here, right there. So you will have this, look, nice. And then the same thing, we might need to go, remember, we might have this one, you see this, so we're gonna go right here, so we're gonna put this down here, so I mean to this side. So let me duplicate one more time, hold on Command D, and you know, drop this down, go transform, not the path, remember we animate the position and the path, but in this case we move them from transform, you know. So make sure this move right here, maybe right there. So we just need to have a lot of shapes in here, so we will have a nice transition. So let me go and play and see what we have. This is what we really have. Now what we're gonna do, remember we haven't animated this first rectangle yet, so let me hit enter on the keyboard and let me rename this mask. Let me just hit mask, and what we're gonna do is maybe drop this down and go close this. Let me go and change the color, maybe just to have, you know, maybe this color is fine. So let me click this and let me go and close this. I mean, actually, let me open this, and we need to go rectangle, you know, and we're gonna play with the size as well. So let me go at the beginning and let me make sure at a keyframe the size, not a position in this case. So let me go 0 in this case, and let me go maybe 1.5 seconds. Let me go 1.5 seconds, and let me go and open this, actually, you know, let me just scale up a little bit to the left and right. So let me just go right there, and what we're gonna do is select F9, go and smooth out the animation, and we will have this basically. Let me go and close this, maybe let me close and, you know, and play and see what we have. So this is what we really have. In case you want to duplicate more, I mean, you can go drop this down and start duplicating those shapes, you know, to have more blinds, you see. And this is what we have. Now what we need to do is go and export for motion template. So make sure selected, go and open my essential graphics panel, you know, and we need to go and say we need to pick the you know, the composition, and also we're gonna give a name. So let me go and say maybe you can type or you can rename whatever you want, and also we need to set the post frame. Once we have this, we need to go and drop this down. We're gonna start, you know, first from the bottom, so we're gonna, not the mask, we're gonna start first with the blinds. So we're gonna drop this down, and maybe we're gonna go fill, and we're gonna go and pick the color and opacity. Hold it on command, you can pick more, 2 or 3 parameters. So let me just drag and drop and go the same. Let me close this, go with this one. Remember, we need to go fill, color, opacity, and let me just drag and drop into the essential graphic panel. Make sure to do the same, all of them. I'm gonna pause the video and come back when I finish because it takes a little time repeating the same process. Okay, I'm back. I already finished drag and drop the color and opacity from this last rectangle, remember? And then what we're gonna do is drop this down the mask. So let me close this. Remember mask, don't confuse, go fill. And we're gonna pick the color and opacity, holding down command, just drag and drop down here at the bottom. And we're gonna go maybe and rename this just to have reference in Premiere. BG, and this one, BG opacity. Okay, and then let me save. I'm gonna just, let me say Toots project maybe. Remember the last time I had a lot of problems, exporting the motion template. So let me see, hope this time we have no problem with After Effects in this case. So let me make sure, rename it, and let me go and export, and let me just save, and it will ask where to save. Let me just pick on, remember last time I said pick on the local drive, just see where to save, where I have, all my files. And let me just say okay, and it will export. Okay, once we have this, we need to create the title. So let me go and hit Command N to create a new, and let me say lower title maybe. Make sure the same, we got 30 frames per second, 10 seconds long. Let me hit OK. Let me close this for now. Close this, and then what we're gonna do is create a new solid. So let me go right click, new solid, and here we're gonna go maybe 800, you will see why, by 300 maybe. Let me see and make sure it's aligned to center, and also make sure the anchor point is in the center, of course. And let me change the color of this one maybe. I don't really like this dark gray. So let me go and choose a nice color right here maybe, and let me hit OK. Once we have this, we need to make sure selected the layer, and we need to pick the mask. So we're gonna start drawing masks. It's up to you. You can go small pieces, or the pieces. What we really looking for is this. So we need to maybe close this right here. So this is what we have. Once we have this, we got maybe 8 masks right now. So remember the last video, not the last video, a long time ago I uploaded this video called a split and slide mask tutorial, and After Effects. So I added this a script, so you can check this video and just download the script. So because we really need this script for now, so let me go make sure the layer is selected. We need to go File and go Scripts, Run a Script File, and we'll pop up the window. So make sure where you have the script. So we will have this if you download from my site, otherwise you can search on Google. And then let me just say open, and it will split in masks, in layers. The mask will be split in layers, of course, and also the original is down here, it's invisible. So what we're going to do now is go in here and hold it on shift. We're going to select all of them, and we're going to go and hit the P on the keyboard. Let me go 1.5 seconds, and we need to add a keyframe. Okay, once we have this, we need to go at the beginning, and we're gonna deselect, all the layers. We're gonna deselect, make sure deselect, and we're gonna let me just move this up, and we're gonna start animating this to the size, the pieces in this case. So let me go maybe this one to the right, and this one to the left. It's up to you. You can move anywhere you want. Maybe right there. If you see, this is what we really have. Nice. And what we're gonna do is select all of them, the keyframes, F9, easy, go in here and we're gonna say, smooth the animation and go back and see, let me hit N and see it, make sure deselected, and this is what we really have. So we're gonna play with, with the keyframes. So let me just arrange this maybe at different times, So let me go in here, maybe this one right here, and this one maybe right there. Just I don't need all of them at the same time. So let me go in here maybe and go right there maybe. So let me see what we really have. You see, nice. Once we have this, we need to go and make sure select all of them, holding on shift, and we're gonna right click and we're gonna pre-compass, and we're gonna call all layers, and we're gonna make sure all the attributes as in new composition. So let me hit OK, and this is what we have. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna type the text. So you can type whatever you want. So let me go and type, maybe pick the text tool, and we're gonna call, maybe we're gonna type photography. And let me just go and say maybe 100. And also we need to maybe align to center. Go align to the center, and then what we're gonna do is, let me just put a background. So let me go composition settings, and let me maybe have a nice blue in this case, or whatever, any color you like. So let me hit OK, and this is what we have. So what we're gonna do is add a couple effects on those layers, the text and this layer, and all layers, remember this background. So let me go and look for effect called fill, and we're gonna double click, make sure, and maybe let me have the same color that we had. Okay, and then also we need to go and look for transform, you see, and double click. And also we need to look for separate X and Y, and so let me just double click, and this is what we really have. So make sure it's selected, and we need to go transport and make sure and check uniform scale. Make sure, don't forget, and then we need to go to text, and also we need to look for maybe transform as well. Double click, and also we need to go separate. And transform, separate X, Y, and Z, and this is what we have. So then what we're gonna do is make sure save before it crashed. Let me go and open my essential graphics panel, and this is what we have. So make sure to pick the lower third title, and let me just set post frame, and let me go and see, this is what we really have. So what we're gonna do before adding anything into the essential graphics panel is go in here, make sure the layer is selected, click down here the toggle switch to see the mask. So we're gonna go and say alpha invert matte, and this is what we really have. So you see, nice. Then what we're gonna do is make sure we're gonna play with the text first. So let me just go and drop this down. We're gonna go text, and we're gonna go and add the source text in here. And then of course in Premiere you can type anything you want. And also we need to play with the with transform, and we need to go and scale. Let me just type this text so you will know this is the text. Let me just copy this maybe. And also we need to go and the position, so we will have an option to move around in Premiere. So let me hold it down command, drag and drop, and also we need to type right here text, and down here as well text, and there we have. And then what we need to do is go down here, drop this down. First we need to go to fill, so we need to pick the color and the opacity. So let me hold it down command, just drag and drop, and we're gonna go and say maybe background. You see down here we need to say background as well. And then what we're gonna do is go in here down, let me close this and go effect again. Let me close fill. So we need to go transform, and we need to pull this scale height and width. So let me select both of them, and just drag and drop. And also we need to say BG in this case. Then where else we need to do is go and, the position. So let me just go select, holding on Command, Control and PC, of course, and let me drag and drop into my essential graphic panel. And let me say background as well. And then we need to save, make sure save in case it crashed. So let me go and also give a name. So let me say lower third slice. Let me say lower. So I rename as a lower third title slide. Let me go and make sure everything is okay. Yep. And let me go and see, cross the fingers. Hope this time also After Effects doesn't crash. So let me go export and let me save it. And yep, nice. So it's asking where to save. I already have my folder. So let me just hit OK. And there we'll have. Actually, we finished this tutorial in After Effects, so we're gonna jump into Premiere, the second part. So make sure, keep in tune, the second part's coming soon. So let me close, I guess. So make sure to check my website to download the script, and also if you really want to have the motion templates we created the last time we uploaded the video on YouTube, make sure read the information first, and then you can really, if you really want to support me, please. Anyway, so I think that's all for today. Hope you guys like it, and make sure to keep in tune for tomorrow's tutorial, the jumping into Premiere and creating the glass effect transition, okay? And yep, so see you tomorrow for Premiere Pro.